Hammer and Tong runs workshops basically, and they're generally for young people, disadvantaged people, not exclusively, other people involved as well, but that tends to be the kind of core that they're addressing, and that would include ex-offenders. Well, what will happen at the beginning, of course, they have very little experience, but through the workshop, everyone gets a chance to do a bit of something. You know, everyone gets a turn behind the camera, being an editor, being in front of the camera and playing a part, even operating the clapperboard. Everyone gets a chance at one of these jobs just to see what the filmmaking business is about. So the ideas come from the participants. I mean, that will actually be the first stage of the workshop, would be to have a discussion about what sort of film do they want to make. Sometimes it's fiction films, there have been documentaries as well, but if it's, especially if it's a fictional film, then the participants generate their own ideas, and that's where the story comes from. And that's very important because then they feel that they really own the film, it is theirs, it's not something they were doing for somebody else. Really, whatever the subject is, it doesn't matter too much because it's the making of the film that's important. But the films are always interesting because everyone's got something they want to say, but they don't often get the chance. And one of the purposes of the exercise is to get people to realise that they can do things if only they're given the opportunity, access to the equipment, access to the skills about how to use it. The use of the telling the stories is an awful lot easier for someone to talk about their experiences through something fictional rather than from saying this was me. You know, it's often very painful to talk about this was me and expose yourself in that way. Whereas if you're telling a story and there's a character in the story who has some of your experiences, that's a way of doing that, and that's very therapeutic. The big advantage of film is you get several chances at it. You know, that if you mess up the first time, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, you've got a finished product. So there isn't, as with theatre, there's this, you know, well, what will happen on the big night? It's okay with film. That's one of the reasons why people like it so much. If you can engage people with a project like this, it's a way of re-engaging them with society and getting them to talk to other people and to communicate. And surely, given the sort of the budget we've got for the criminal justice system, anything that can help to alleviate this problem on a personal and a societal level must be good.